Haha. Hello, everybody. Hello, and happy lunchtime if you happen to watch us during your lunch break. Welcome to a new episode of Uplifters. This is season number 2, episode number 3, and I'm so thrilled and happy and excited to invite you to a new conversation with these absolutely amazing, wonderful, beautiful people who dedicate their lives to inspire others and to show that when they can, others can definitely as well and even better. And today I have the excitement because it's not only like this is a video show, but it's also meeting my friends. And today I have the pleasure of seeing Patricia Van Gerwen. She's our guest. Hello, Patricia.
Hey, Selena and everybody watching here. Nice to be here. Thank you.
I'm so happy that you said yes to this. It's been like in the workings for a while until we finally sat down and said, okay, let's plan a date. For those of you who don't know Patricia, how long have we known each other already?
I think since 2014, approximately.
Don't tell
So it's
anybody.
about 8 years now. Time flies.
It's a
Yes,
long
yeah.
time, and yet I have the impression that we've known each other for a lifetime. Um, we met in a totally different context. We met in a totally different area of activity. And today I would like to invite you to talk to us about how your life has like come together to bring you where you are as one of the uplifters that's not only, how should I say, showing the way, but also living the way. So
Mhm.
tell us who you are and what are you bringing along?
Well, I'm happy to tell you about it. If you look before we met each other, life can be a bit turbulent. Huh? Everybody knows ups and downs, and um, every once in a while I could get stuck. And if you look at 2014, that was also a time where I got a little stuck at work and everything. And I was thinking, this has to be possible to change this. And it should be better than this. And how do I do it? So I went looking for answers, looking for options. And I'm not somebody who will just sit and wait. You have to do something yourself. So I started looking for options, and then I decided to let somebody take a look at my life, walk along the road with me, and he opened my eyes at certain points. And then I thought, oh wow, the changes he creates in my life, that's so precious to me that I want to do that to other people, for other people also. And then I started to follow education and courses and workshops and everything. And that's also where we met each other at a certain point in time. And if I look at then and now,
Oh,
it's also almost 2023. So time flies. But if you look at me now and you compare it with 2014, I'm overwhelmed how much your life can change, because then I was stuck looking for answers. And it's just like it's a brand new life, a new way of living with so much more ease, more awareness. And you just have to keep walking, keep choosing certain things. They also they just appear when you are looking. Take a step, and then the next one will appear also. So keep looking, keep searching, keep choosing, and then bit by bit, life changes for the good. So I'm
and
happy that I made a change in my life, and now I just help others with it also. And that's what makes me more happy than earning money with this, because it changes somebody's whole life for the whole family
absolutely.
also. So yeah, bring some
And
sparkles, huh?
what I always admired in you and at you, or call it how you want, is that whenever I'm in your presence, there is this space of calmness and reassurance, and I'm all over the place. But whenever we meet, it's like I'm allowed to no longer be all over the place. And I know you're not doing it just you have to teach me a lesson on how to stay calm
Mhm.
and centered, but
No.
it's your energy that invites me to a different way of being. And I feel good when I would do. Then I go to, I go to my stuff. But this is something that I always admired in you, that when you engage with people, no matter what their questions or problems or their blockages are, it comes with this energy, with this space of, okay, you're good. Wherever you are, you're good. So
Yeah.
what's next? Has it always been like this for you? Have you always been this calm, reassured, like posed person?
Well, I think it's you have little bits of parts in it because at the outside I seem calm. Sometimes in the inside it's different, huh? But when you go way back in time, when I was a little girl, I was always the quiet one, the shy one. They called me, but I wasn't really shy. I was just paying attention to every detail, and I was intrigued by people around me. So I was looking at, oh, what are they doing? Why are they doing this? How do they feel? And the first time in primary school, the first year, it's more like kindergarten, something like that, first level. Um, Almost a whole year I didn't speak. And my mother told me, oh, well, that's Patricia, it's okay, and she'll do fine. But I was always paying attention. I didn't speak in groups. I just did my thing, and that's okay. Didn't feel uncomfortable, nothing like that. I was just enjoying being quiet and paying attention, looking at everything, and learning about people. And if people now tell me about a child, oh, he's so quiet, she's so quiet, how about their social context? It's a yeah. We should support the child. Then I think, well, I was really quiet then, but other children, just like you, they found it a nice thing to be with me. To taste the quietness or the silence or somebody who listens to them. And now I tell people, well, your child is maybe a little quiet or a little shy, but look at me. I was quiet and now I talk for my work. So it's going to be fine.
Well,
Yeah.
but
So
I
it's
I
a
also
real big development from being a shy girl to being here now, right now. Yeah. Not
I
a
have
major
to
difference, but
I have to say here something, because you might not talk too much in words, but you're always expressing yourself in so many ways. And one of the things that I would like you to, to share more about is something that I I get the chills, I get the goosebumps, and I'm going to show everybody. Okay, so because some of the people will not know what this is, you will have to tell us where do you come from, because this is a different language. And
yes, it
what
is.
are these?
It's like a light language, you can say. If you look at me from being a shy girl and paying attention to a lot of things, I was also just like everybody, a spiritual being. And I was interested in spiritual things, but I didn't take a good look at it. It was a bit scary, or you don't know. But when I was older, in my teenage period, I got intrigued again by spiritual things, and then more and more and more. And once I wrote a book, you know about it, and on the front page, there was a drawing of an eye, and I made it myself, and I showed it to somebody in, I think, 2020, and she told me, "Oh, Patricia, the lines are so powerful. You should do something with it because you are." artistic, but you don't use it very much, and I think it's very strong. So I see you do something with the lines and things like that, and it should be amazing. So I thought, okay, I like being creative. I like making artistic things. So I just started. You have to start somewhere in life. So with this, I started drawing and drawing, and I took my iPad so I can draw digital, and I just experimented, and then bit by bit something came up. It was born, something like that, and then it finally became a power signs. So I now call them power signs, and if you look at them, they are all one by one. The card deck is 52 cards. They are one by one made in connection with the universal energy. I tap into a certain theme, and if I'm tapped in, I just ask for the lines to appear behind my eyes, and I start drawing. And then I feel when it's done. And as soon as it's done, I put it away, take it back a few minutes later or some hours later, and then I do a reading. So I look at the sign, I connect with the sign, and I tell the sign, okay, tell me what you want to tell me. And then I write it down. And then at a certain point, I had 52 cards with each a reading with it. And I just love it. People love it. It's what it does. It gives you some information about where do you stand in life, and what can give you strength. And it's always a message. A reading is always a message that gives you some power within yourself, and it's also always a loving energy. So that's
That's like I'm like smiling all over the face because you know most of the times you have the cards and you pull a card out, you ask a question, and you expect a certain certain result. You can do this as well with these cards. You also have a booklet that comes with it. For those of you who speak Dutch, because Patricia didn't disclose this, but she is living in the Netherlands, and I would like just to make a tiny little
that's
thank
good.
you note for the universe, because Uplifters has been reuniting people from all over the world. You're from Netherlands. Last edition was from UK. The one before was from Canada. We had my friends from Peru, from the States. So Uplifters is like so much bigger than I was thinking it would become. Back to the cards. So the nice part about them is that you don't need a certain language to play with them. You just pull out a card and you let it speak to you. And
Yeah.
I would like to share that I use these cards in an experiment, if you want, or in an event with teenagers. I ask them to pull a card and then to try to express with their body what was on the card. And what still gives me the goosebumps and the chills is that energetically they were so congruent. They didn't have the words, they didn't have the explanation, they just had the body to express what was here. And afterwards, we took the booklet and we looked at the explanation, and it was beyond amazing how congruent their perception with their expression and with was what was meant to be in those cards were. So I'll do an experiment just for fun. I'm just going to close my eyes because I see them, but I would not like to influence that. So I'm just going to do that and show you a card. And
So
Patricia is going to tell us it's card number, wait,
can you see it?
20
Can you tell me?
23.
23. Okay, so I don't know them all by head.
Lucky you. I mean,
So I have
this
to take a look. Well, what this card tells you is you are enough. Just being who you are. That's the main message from this one. So it tells you don't get distracted by all the lines around you. If you look at the power sign, you see all kinds of lines and twists and things. Don't get distracted. There will always be people around you that seem to be bigger or smarter or better or more beautiful or anything like that. But you are good as just the way you are. So don't get distracted and enjoy who you are because you are unique.
I wish I
Everybody.
I wish I could say, oh, but this doesn't, it's like general. No, it's not, because this morning I had a conversation exactly about this
Mhm.
topic of being enough and trusting that I'm enough, and that whatever I'm here to do, I'm doing it, even if sometimes it looks like there's so much more to be done. Sometimes just being is enough.
Yeah.
What does it do to you to have these cards in your hands? Because I know you use them in your practice.
Yeah, yeah. What I use it in my practice, and what it does, it just points out what you're invited to look at in your life at that moment. So, for example, yesterday somebody was with me in my practice, and I just shake the card deck, huh? And then I thought I'll pick one card. So I asked her, "Is it okay for you if I just pick a card?" And she said, "Oh yeah, sure, go ahead." And I'm shaking, and three cards fall out of the deck. And we took a look at every card that fell out of the deck, and it's never a coincidence. So if we looked at the cards, they were all pointing out something that she was invited to look at, and she recognizes them all three. So it's never a
Wow.
coincidence, but it's just like you have some blind spots in your life and oh, I want to change something, but I don't know how. And then you can get stuck in your own thoughts and your emotions. And then when you pick a card, it can just tweak it a little bit. So you have a little extra insight that brings you a little further. So
I
that's
love
what
it.
it does for me and in my clients. And it's just also a lovely energy, and it's also and the booklet, it's in Dutch, but you don't need a language. You can connect with the card. You can just touch it, feel it. There's a guiding meditation. You can just feel what it wants to say to you, and yeah,
And
it's
and wait, wait, wait,
what's
wait.
out
These
there.
So let's say that these 52 are too big to carry with you around, but there is a huge, on your birthday, which just happened a few weeks ago, you just created a new version for those who would like to have this guidance in their pocket all the time. Can you show it? Can you show
Yes,
it?
I can. Well, as you can see, these are 10 by 10 centimeters approximately. So you can just shake them and that's okay. But I tuned into, I work a lot with chakra system, aura, and everything. And I wanted um, to use it also in my practice during healing sessions. And I thought, well, within the 52 cards, there must be one for each chakra. So I was tuning into which one should I take, and I created a tiny, sweet little card deck, and
Which
it
is
contains just 7 cards. So the first one is about being grounded, well grounded, chakra one, and then you have one for chakra two. Everyone has its own. Yeah,
that's the one that speaks to me today. Chakra
yeah.
number 3.
And there's also speak your own truth. There's chakra 5, the throat chakra, and it's just accompanied by one with a QR code, so everybody can. Yeah, this is just a small set, and you can take a look at a website to see further information. But it's I use them in healing sessions, and it's really powerful to add it to the session. So I'm really happy with the extra, and I
And
think it's also for the people at home for a bit of self healing. It's really subtle, nice energy to use. So that's why I
and
created them. So,
and
and
these
then
ones
you
are
explode your
translated
energy.
and these ones are translated into English just for you to and for your fun to have one indication what is it about. But it's again, it's not about language with words. It's about the energy that is speaking to you at that
Yeah.
moment, and are you willing to listen to that? But Patricia, this is okay. So cards, and you said healing sessions. What kind of healing sessions? I know because you're kind of like multi versatile. You
Hmm.
have a lot of methods in your
Yeah.
how should I say, in a healing fan. But what is it that you're still doing? What how you're having sessions? What kind of sessions? Are they
Well,
online? Are they in
um,
person?
it can be online, a bit of it, but it's mostly in my practice in the Netherlands, and people come to my practice to talk about stuff. So it's about creating more awareness just through talking with each other and asking them the right questions, so they can just unfold who they are. And it's also I studied a bit of the aura system, the chakra system, so I can see with a pendula, um, yeah, what about the status of the body and the aura, the chakras and everything, and what does it tell me? So your body can tell me what you're bumping into in your life. And then again, you can dive in that bit of what you're bumping into by asking questions. But you can also adapt a healing session. So I can send energy to your body, or I can touch your body from the foot up to the head, and use the arms and everything to make sure that the energy flow is optimized again. Because if you bump into certain things in life that are a little messy or stressful, the energy flow, it stagnates a bit. And then if you can just push the energy up and up and up and up and up, and everything flows again, then it's also it's helpful for everything. And then you can also support with some homeopathic drops and everything. So it's a broad um, support, I think.
It
So the
is, but
body and
there's
the mind,
the
emotions, thoughts.
I
Yeah.
want you to tell us more about the body, because this is how we call this episode, what your body
Mhm.
shows me. And I remember a particular session before COVID. We were still visiting each other on more often grounds. Let's say you were coming to Belgium, I was going to the Netherlands, and we were doing an exchange of healing sessions,
Mhm.
body processes, or whatever was required at that moment. And I remember a very specific instant when I was already suffering from shoulder, neck, and shoulder pain, like somebody was stabbing me constantly. I was in pain. I was taking painkillers. I have seen an osteopath. I have seen a physiotherapist. I've seen the doctor, and everything started. I could identify the moment when it started. It was in a conversation with the pediatrician, when one of my kids was actually, how should I say, how can I express this in a neutral way? He was pointed out as having tendencies to get fat, and that everything got back to me. And
Mhm.
I found it like a stab somewhere in the back, but I couldn't go on it. I couldn't focus on it. I couldn't laser in. It was like, I have this pain, it hurts. And then I went to Patricia, and I
Yes.
don't know what she did, but she did something. So what, how
Yeah.
do the bodies talk to you?
Well, you know about the all the, I don't know the word in English, the spreekwoorden, the verbs you have. So it's all the short sentences that are just a little tweaked. So there's pretty much in a lot of them there's a body part involved. Eh? So you talk about something. What burden do you carry on your shoulders? I don't know if it's also in English, but in Dutch, you say what weight of also others in your life are you carrying on your shoulders. So if you have pain in your shoulders, you can look at, okay, my body is telling me something. It's not telling you something just to burden you, but it wants to point out something that you can change to have more ease in your life. So if you have complaints about your shoulder, you can take a look at, okay, what am I doing myself that is a big burden on my shoulder, and how can I change that? And then also the body will go along with it. So it's more ease for the body and for your whole system. And if you look at things like that, you can just make progress. But it's also looking from the helicopter view. And so you
Yeah.
can think, oh, I have pain, I have pain. Then it's also about the pain, but it's also about the symbolic message it brings you. So I pay a lot of attention to the symbolic messages which the body tells us. For example, it can also be maybe you break your foot. You
Yeah.
think, oh, that's a coincidence. Nobody knows if you can break a foot, what happens. But also that can be a message. Why do you break your foot? Are you running away all your life from certain things that you have to take a look at to get more ease in your
Mm.
life? So if you break your foot, you're put down. You cannot go anywhere. You cannot drive the car. You cannot do anything.
Yeah.
It's also your body telling you, hey, stop. Just sit here and sit with it.
I
And then
have
you
a
can
question.
create some. And it's not also very nice to go through a growth, but it's necessary, I think, to grow through certain things. And your body is your tool also. So listen to your body.
Mm. And do
Yeah.
you do it like just like one from one day to the other, or is it something that you learned along the way to listen to your body and to the other people's bodies?
It developed itself bit by bit through the years, and then if I maybe it's been there all my life that I can tap into somebody's energy and feel where something is stuck. And then also I had some courses and things that I learned how to tap into it very well. But I
Wait,
think it's
I have to say something
yeah,
that
you
you're
know.
an ever learner. So it's
Mhm.
not only that you studied a lot of alternative methods, but you also combine it with traditional like medicine. Should I say it like this? Traditional medicine or traditional methods. And this makes your approach so rich. So that was my break. So go on.
Now I'm distracted. Oh no, it was about tapping into somebody's energy and then knowing where something is stuck. So when I tap into that, I think I've been able to do that all my life, but I wasn't aware of it. And now that I know that I can do it, it helps me to support other people. And then I can just take a look or close my eyes. And I also ask the guides, so spiritual guides of me, but also of my clients. And then I ask them to support us and let me know what energy I can send or to support in a beautiful way of bringing healing or bringing more awareness or bringing the truth. Maybe that's a bit painful, but somebody can also grow when new stuff appears, the truth appears, which they maybe tend to avoid in their life. But yeah, not everything is beautiful, but we have to deal with it. Yeah,
So the expression "don't kill the messenger."
I'm just saying. Yeah.
I remember a few exchanges that we had. It was mostly in the Corona times, and again, just a reminder that Uplifter is born out of the Corona times, when I
Yeah.
was looking for inspiration to lift people up and let them know that
Yeah.
there is something else available. And we were having these exchanges, and the Zoom fell out, like, it got interrupted. Then we moved to WhatsApp, and it got interrupted. Then we started on Messenger, and it couldn't. There was so much excitement and so much celebration in the unseen world about connecting and really tapping into what else is available here that we as
Yes.
humans don't see it. That that was a bit too much excitement on the sidelines, so we had to find a way to bring them into this reality, like in a way that would help us communicate further. There are so many fun instances and laughters, and
There
I'm
is.
I'm so I'm so happy that we have this. It's like 10 years that we know each other, and even if we didn't visit so often, it's like this connection. I love it when, for those who don't know, we just send me a question, ask me a question, or what can you tell me here? And we don't know
Pull a
anything.
card for me, please.
Pull a card and
Yeah.
show it to me. And
Well, help, I'm stuck. Just help me out a bit.
yes,
Yeah.
and I'm so grateful for having this opportunity to go to somebody, to you, or to have the information that this exists out there. And maybe you don't find it easy to go to somebody, but maybe you can try just to, you know look something else up, or maybe go look Patricia up. As you notice, she speaks perfect English, so don't worry. Even if you see that the website is in Dutch, I guess it's translated as well, right? Your
No,
website, no, it's not.
it's not. Oei.
So Patricia is also a wizard in technical stuff. Everything she's designing herself in an absolutely gorgeous way. But Patricia, you will have to put the button for translation on your website. So you can reach out to her if you have questions, if you have, you would like to try something, you would like to see what it is. If you're in the Netherlands, you lucky ones, you can go easily to her practice. Beautiful space, beautiful space. I've been there 2 weeks ago. How lucky can I be? Or maybe just let her know. Ask her to ask you a question. See what comes up. Hmm.
Feel welcome.
Feel welcome. And if there's one thing that we could, add to round up this session, what would that be, Patricia? The holidays are coming. A
Holiday.
lot of people might feel a lot of stress because of the holidays, like getting together and paying the bills and finishing the year with, what have I done with my life? What can we tell them? What would you like to inspire them to?
Well, the one thing that I want to point out, I think it's about finding your inner strength, because also when you're in a stressful situation, you always have a big ball or ball, not what you want, just what you want to say, a big ball of love, a ball of love within yourself, near your heart. It's a ball of white, bright energy. It's your inner strength, and it's always with you. So create some stillness, find your inner light, and you are so powerful. So go back to believing in yourself. You have the inner strength, and take some time, take care of yourself, because you are very important. And don't get distracted, because the card Selena pulled. Don't let yourself be distracted.
You are enough. That was the message of today.
And you are powerful. Thank you.
Wow! Thank you so, so, so much, Patricia, for this interview. It wasn't an interview, actually. It's like we shared our conversation publicly. Thank you so, so, so much for inviting people to get to know your power signs, because I find them absolutely amazing. And this is a tool for everyday life. It's not just for your spiritual, like spiritual phase or dimension. It's for everyday life, for everything that you're living, from drinking a coffee to existential questions. And we have Emud who says, nice conversation. Thank you for watching. All of you, all of you watching now or watching in the future, thank you so much for having been here with us. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank
One last thing, where can people find you? Where is it easier for them to find you?
It's the best to go to my website. It's www.energeticflow.nl.
I
And
was
then
trying to
you
write
go
it.
to the shop.
What
Lots of
I
things.
will do, I will place all the links at the end of this or in the description of this recording. And yeah, until next time,
Thank you
hopefully.
so much.
Thank you so, so, so much. And if you know anybody who inspires you as being an uplifter, make a sign. It would be a pleasure and an honor to sit, chat, have a coffee, and a good laughter with them. Patricia, mwah!
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.